crystal clear day. I was flying at 14,000 feet. Mach 0.97, or just under the speed of sound. Just before I called for our next maneuver, I started seeing stars. Then I lost my peripheral vision. I didn't know it yet, but my onboard oxygen generating system had failed. I was less than 2 seconds away from losing total consciousness. Mordo yelled again, "Jack, pull the green ring!" Somehow my left middle finger found its way to the green ring. I pulled it. It wasn't the first time, nor would it be the last, that it were not for my wingman, I'd be dead. I'm a combat decorated F-18 pilot, instructor pilot, air show demonstration pilot, but most importantly for our talk today, I was the Navy's chief instructor in this process called CRM, Crew Resource Management. It truly is the method of why U.S. fighter pilots are the best in the world at what we do. I'm not going to teach you how to fly an F-18 today, unfortunately, but I'm going to take you on a mission. I'm going to teach you a process that U.S. fighter pilots and NASA astronauts use every day to achieve peak levels of human performance. What's exciting about this process that we implement is that everything that you do starts getting better. Your output, productivity, efficiency, safety, your folks just start doing their jobs better. This process is going to introduce transparency, ownership, and true buy-in so that every member of our team knows that they play a critical role in our success. They want to matter. If we're looking to attract, develop, and retain top talent, this is exactly how we do it. Let's get started. I'm going to draw on some parallels between your line of work and mine. A lot more goes into being a fighter pilot than just wearing Ray-Bans, playing beach volleyball with your dog tags on, sitting around a grand piano playing Great Balls of Fire. I'm always taken aback a moment when people say how dangerous they think my job is. I don't think of it as that way at all. I think my job is very simply unforgiving. Here's the process: brief, execute, debrief, perfect. We're going to cover 3 things in the brief, and that is roles, expectations, accountabilities. How easy is that? Who does what and when? It's what Top Gun calls creating a shared mental model to make sure that by midweek, everybody's still on the same page. This is just doing our jobs, Monday to Friday. And this is where we're going to incorporate these interpersonal skills that mitigate error. Communication, assertiveness, leadership, decision-making, task analysis, adaptability, flexibility, and situational awareness. The most important aspect of this debrief is to simply have one. I've worked with so many organizations that are so focused on what's next. They don't want to spend time or money on what's happened. And then these invaluable lessons learned are lost forever. When we enter the debriefing room, we call it crossing the blue line. And we leave our cell phones and egos at the door. For some people, it's harder to leave one than the other. But it's going to be so transparent in here, and we show such vulnerability that I'm not getting defensive when you call me out on an error. I know that by you correcting me on it, we're elevating the performance of the team. That is how we take all the goods and bads, what we learned in today's debrief, we roll them into tomorrow's brief, and that is the perfect phase. By learning what we did, both good and bad, repeating our successes, and not repeating our failures. Brief, execute, debrief, perfect. Using this process is how you become the best in the world at what you do. Can't afford a mistake. I told you my job was unforgiving. I think your job is even more unforgiving. Because at the end of your worst day, you don't have a yellow and black handle that gives you an ejection seat to a silk parachute ride to safety. You have to get it right the first time. And this process will guarantee that you do. Be a wingman to every person on your team. Standardize everything that you do. Take away all those variables. Think standardized. Eliminate drift. That normalization of deviance can destroy a company. And debrief, debrief, debrief. That's how you become the best in the world at what you do. It's a great day to be a fighter pilot. It's been my honor to be here with you today. I've given you the process. Now it's up to you. Go do it.